This is a heavy one, folks. I want to talk about it, but it's heavy. Pieces of a Woman is about an at-home birth that goes terribly wrong and the aftermath of that event. And it's a sad portrayal of what happened to this couple after they lose their baby. Yeah, it's sad. It's a sad one, guys. Vanessa Kirby is the focus of this movie. She's just been through this life-changing, devastating experience, and her character is just kind of in this state of mind where she's just drifting through life. And if I had to imagine how someone would actually act from this event, then I think her portrayal would be remarkably accurate. Vanessa Kirby gives one of those holy shit performances in this movie. It's absolutely Oscar worthy. I truly felt for this character, and all I wanted for her throughout the entire runtime was just a glimmer of happiness. She did an incredible job, and at this point in her career, I think she's proven that she has this amazing ability to reach an audience. She was great in The Crown. She was great in Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. As ridiculous as that movie is, she was like the best part, and she was fantastic in this. I think that's all I've seen her in, but I've been in awe every time she's on screen, and this movie is no exception. She is unreal in this movie. Shia LaBeouf is in this movie as Vanessa Kirby's husband, and he has this entirely different way of grieving that shows an entirely different side of things. Straight up, I didn't like his character, but I understood his actions. Because if you were faced with this heavy situation, what would you do to feel anything but completely shattered inside? What would you do? And seeing the way that his character arc played out, I was like, yeah, well, all right. Shia LaBeouf, per usual, did a fantastic job. He's one of the best actors out there, and his character represents that dark side of grief. And I get it. He did great. I don't think I was supposed to like his character, and I didn't. Alright, I just have to give a shout out to Ellen Burstyn. She plays Vanessa Kirby's mother. She's a wealthy woman that's had a very strong influence over her daughter's entire life. And she's doing her best to control her daughter to live a specific life. And even trying to control how her daughter's supposed to feel. This woman has already impressed me for years. I mean, get the fuck out of here. There's a specific conversation that happens between her and Vanessa Kirby in this movie that was so fucking deep that I needed to take a break from the moment just to catch a breath. Here's a thought. You know how in the movie Marriage Story, Adam Driver and ScarJo have that huge blow-up fight conversation that is just so, like, real and raw? That's how this conversation is. Only it's, like, way more sad. Okay, this is one of those great movies that you only need to see one time. The subject matter is so heavy that I recommend you check out the movie trailer and then decide for yourself if you want to go through with watching it. Because they start out by bringing you down to this deep, dark place, and they just keep you there for the whole movie. The direction and cinematography is amazing. They do so many long takes that I actually felt like I was in the movie. For example, the at-home birth scene was a 20 to 25 minute one take with no cuts. And that scene was so personal that I felt uncomfortable. I felt like I should not be there experiencing this very private moment with a wife and her husband. I was physically there, and I fully understood that none of this scene was any of my fucking business. And that's why I consider this movie a must-watch. It's the camera work combined with the stellar acting that makes it great. And with that comes a lot of symbolism, and sometimes that symbolism was a little on the nose, but it didn't overly annoy me. The only other thing that kind of bothered me is I wanted a little bit more from the movie. There's a character involved with the at-home birth who is on trial for her actions at the birth itself. And I would have liked to see a little bit more storyline following the trial. I was more or less just curious about the trial. I get if they don't focus on that character because this is Vanessa Kirby's movie, because the pieces are from her. The pieces of the woman are her. By the end, I was happy that I watched this movie because it's very good and it made me feel something. Great, sad movie that just reminds you that shitty things happen to people and there is a ripple effect that happens to their family and loved ones. Again, it's devastating, so just be mentally prepared to be bummed out for a while. It's one of those movies that's perfect to put on if you need a good cry. So if you're ready for it, I absolutely recommend it. It's available on Netflix, so yeah. Okay. See ya. Subscribe.